Welcome everybody to another episode of Cookin It With Ayydé. I am super excited because I slid in her DMs. I told her I wanted to interview her and cook with her. And today I have my girl XYZ coming through with me. We're going to be making some lumpia. Here she is. We were supposed to be on a lot sooner. It's all my fault, like always. This time I sent MK the wrong address. There goes my phone. I sent her the wrong address. So, she was about 30 minutes away. She would have been here on time, but I sent her somewhere else apparently. Welcome.
Hey, I'm so excited to be here. This is the first time I'm ever cooking. So we're also going to see how up to date I am in real time right now.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with everybody and tell them exactly what she said to me. She said to me last night that this is an idea she has in her head and we're going to roll with this.
We're just going to finesse, okay?
We're going to finesse it, but I know how to cook. And I have a feeling that you do too. Maybe you haven't done this on a live before.
So, interesting enough, I cook a lot and I post a lot of my food on my stories, but people are always like, well, what's the recipe? What's the recipe? And a lot of the times it's all intuition. Like when I get in the kitchen, it's like wherever I go, it just happens and we're here. And it tastes good because that's what I do.
That's what I try to tell people, like when I grew up like in the kitchen with my mom, like we didn't grow up like a cup of this, a cup of that.
Right.
It's like you're gonna have to eye it out and figure it out, honey. Like just figure it out.
Feel it.
Right now, what we have is a cast iron that I'm already heating up. And I'm gonna show everybody our ingredients here.
For sure.
We have some shrimp. That's a pound of shrimp that's been cut up. We have some green onion. We have some diced up carrots. We have a nice little cabbage blend here. We have a ton of garlic because I love garlic. And we have some chopped up onions. And then we have the Mamacita Lumpia seasoning, and I never even knew this existed. This is my first time making a Filipino dish, so yes. I'm very excited to be learning about your culture. I've of course ate a ton of lumpia before, because if you haven't eaten lumpia in your life, like what box do you live in? I want to know.
Lumpia is where it's at, y'all. If you guys don't know, it's one of my favorites, so I'm excited. I'm putting my little. This is almost like a college spin on this too, because some people like really dig in and they're like, okay, you need to have the bean sprouts, you need to have like the fresh, like all different types of ingredients. But I'm just like
adding.
If you want something quick, we got you.
This is it right here. I was really, really excited that I was able to find the brand that she wanted, because she was specific.
Facts.
Get the Mamacitas. And I know what it's like to like that, the specifics. It's like you got to get this brand. Like I always preach about, like there's this brand that I tell everybody not to use of tortillas because they're terrible. They're bad. They're bad.
Know what this is, though.
They're called Guerrero. They're corn tortillas. The thing is, I don't like their taste. I'm not trying to like drag them, but the truth is I don't like their taste.
Yeah,
it really is, especially when it comes to making like enchiladas, which is we basically fry them. So they need to just be able to resist the heat and the frying. And though that brand, for whatever
reason, you gotta be able to hold up.
You gotta be able to hold up, and that brand just doesn't. So y'all know I'm always ragging on them, and that's just what it is. But this is getting warm. I'm assuming we're gonna start off with what?
So the first thing that we want to do is we're going to put onion and garlic in the pan, because we want to get the flavor in there, and then we're also going to go ahead and just toss in all the ingredients at once, because this is pretty quick, but you don't want to cook it all the way down. You want lumpia to have a little bit of a crunch.
Okay.
So
you want to throw it in there. Throw it in there. Go for it.
Oh my gosh. The lighting on this though makes this onion look real sexy. Onions don't look that sexy to me, but they taste good. We can go ahead and we can use all that.
As soon as you put onion on a skillet with a little bit of oil, it already smells like you're cooking something.
Yeah, but I think garlic is one of my favorite ingredients.
Me too.
Because of the smell. Like some people, I don't know what it is. Some people are like, oh, they got garlic breath. I like the smell.
We're gonna have to have that garlic breath. That means we got some
a little bit.
flavor. Okay.
And we're gonna need some scissors for this because I don't think they necessarily. Okay, cool.
Here
cool,
you go.
cool.
I got
For
scissors.
sure,
I got
for
a
sure,
million
for sure,
pairs of
for sure.
scissors. I got scissors
Okay.
everywhere. Scissors for days.
And then we're gonna go ahead and toss
Boom. Cabbage.
Yummy. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm hungry. I'm hungry too. So then I'm like, hey, we're just gonna cook it down a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and add the carrot. And this, honestly, guys, it doesn't matter which way you choose to cut it. Like, everybody wants to slice it the long way, the long way.
I did it in cubes.
But cubed is cool. Like, you just want to get the ingredients in there, bro. Like,
look, I normally would have cheated and already got like what I really wish I could have gotten is the, this is a little bit more oil. And at Trader Joe's, they have like the thinly sliced carrots already. And that's what I wanted to get, but I didn't go to Trader Joe's for my ingredients today. So
yeah, you got to go to special stores for this. Because when I said that I needed Mamacitas, I was like, I don't know where, but I know somewhere in California they have it.
I'm happy I was able to find it.
And I'm just gonna sprinkle.
Go for it.
So usually, like, I like to use a whole bunch of different seasonings, but because this is flavorful enough, you don't need to do all that.
At what point does the shrimp come in here?
I wanted to cook it separate, but we can cook it all
Okay.
together. It's either way.
You know what? I
matter.
can cook this. We can cook it. I could take it out, and then we'll use the skillet. So,
but you can leave it crunchy enough, so you can go ahead and
take it out.
Really? Take it out. I want it crunchy. I want to feel the vegetables.
Okay. This looks amazing, you guys. Let me see. This isn't that hot, so I can show you what it looks like. It smells like heaven. I don't know if that's how heaven smells like, but I'm sure that's what it smells like because that seasoning is wrong. Look, you go back in there, carrot. Okay, so I'm going to take all of these veggies out.
Yes, and we can.
And let me see. I'll get another plate. Hold on.
Put it in a bowl or anything.
Let's see.
Whip it up. Whip it up.
This bowl, and we'll put it back in there.
No, I really cook, y'all. I don't bullshit in the kitchen.
Here's this. All right. So where did you get this recipe from? Is this just something you're going off the heart? Like why are we cooking this right now? I want to know. What inspired you?
So my mom's Black, my dad's Filipino.
Okay.
But my mom also learned from my grandmother on my Filipino side how to cook traditional Filipino food. And because that was something that was always a part of, my culture and childhood, she always made sure like I knew how to cook the food and stuff like that. And I grew up watching my mom cook, but fun facts, I hated cooking. I hated cooking until I left the house and went to college and then, being on my own. But I used to hate cooking.
Really?
Like, my mom would be like, because I'm very much like my mom in a sense where I'm like, there's so many things that I know how to do. Yeah. If I have to teach you how to do it,
I'm not trying to do it.
That's too much.
You run out of patience.
I have no patience for it. Like none. But so my mom taught me. I also watched my grandmothers cook. And it's really just like a combination of everything. Like, and I think that being Black and Asian is like the best thing ever because
that's a beautiful combination.
Like, you got the soul food and the Filipino food, and the Filipino food has Spanish influence. Yep. So it's like
because we were talking about them colonizers earlier, so that's why. Look it, we're gonna use this there. We add a little bit more oil. We're gonna use the same skillet because it has all the flavor. We want flavor. Dump it in there.
There you go. You're being nice with the shrimp.
Look, sugar want to stay. Eat all the strips. Okay.
And we're going to use the remaining packet of this just for additional.
Okay. Should we throw the green onion in here too?
Yeah, we could do that. That's cool.
Bomb.
Something. But honestly, when you go to dip, you want to take the green onion,
put that in there. Boom.
I like garnish. I like a green onion garnish.
You like it as a garnish?
Yeah,
I like it in here. I love all the onions. That's so beautiful that your mom went ahead and learned how to make all of these dishes because she probably is the best chef. She knows how to make soul food.
You're the best.
And she knows how to make Filipino food. And she learned from your grandma?
Yeah, she learned. But my mom, one of the things that I would say, because I feel like I don't even talk about this much, which I think is dope because I get to say it. But just in general, like a lot of me learning about other cultures came through like cooking. And my mom, like, okay, why don't we cook something that's Jamaican? Why don't we cook something, some French food or French bakeries? And like a lot of it was like, let's step outside of what we know
Yes.
and have the challenge of learning. And that, like, the same thing goes with music and how I am with music. It's like deciding to step outside of myself as a human, as an artist, and just like learn about other people really allows me to be well-rounded and connected. Because then, like when I'm traveling, I'm like, oh, I know exactly what that is, and you know, and then it becomes a conversation. That becomes an experience.
I really love that, and I don't feel like a lot of people get the opportunity to grow up with that open mindedness.
Yeah.
You know, and I personally appreciate all cultures. Like I get hyped like when I get to learn and make something else just because of like all the flavors. Like
Yeah, it's different.
It's so beautiful how different everybody is, but still the same. Like food really connects us. Between food and music, like those are the world's like universal language. We all hungry and we all want to have a good time, so we like music. And I feel like I didn't even give you a proper introduction, MK. She is a singer, songwriter, and a dancer. She could dance her ass off, okay? Let everybody know right now where they can go stream your music and let them know.
I definitely
plug yourself in real quick.
Have a single coming out. Look for it. But yeah, you can follow me on everything, all socials. It's MKXYZ. And then my, like I said, my artist name is MKXYZ, and it's on all platforms, all streaming platforms. So there's no reason, even YouTube, which we know. So there's no reason you can't support your girl. So
I don't want any excuses. And I also told you guys on my Instagram story, go follow her, add her to your playlist, and thank me. Really, really thank me. She is super talented. You guys know that I have a good ass ear and eye for talent. And I just know, that there's so much in store for you. No, I'm serious. I really do. I wouldn't have you in my kitchen. I would not have slid in your DM.
That's a real thing. To invite someone in your kitchen is a real privilege, y'all. That's an honor.
It really is. And I fell in love with your voice. For all of those that don't know, I also have another job that is with Live by Live, where I get to present music and artists and different acts. And what I love about Live by Live is that I've been able to discover a bunch of new artists, including MK. And probably for people that are like, because I know for me at first, I was like, wait, what is her name? MKXYZ? That is so long, bro.
Explain. So I'm gonna explain this. So my government name is Michaela. So Michaela. MK is short for Michaela, obviously, but the XYZ is like not about fitting in a box. Like I was just like torn, like because from the chapter of my, just in general, like life for me and figuring out and coming out as a queer woman, like, and just being myself, I felt like all the words and all the language and all that shit just didn't fit for me. I was just like, there has to be something that is universal to each spirit, each soul, each person, that's unique, but doesn't have to be something that's it's your own. It's like your superpower. And I feel like the XYZ in me is just all the different experiences that I've had combined that I just couldn't put a label on. I couldn't fit in a box. I couldn't like match up to society's expectations. I couldn't do none of that shit. So I was just like, you know what, XYZ. It's like Malcolm got Malcolm X. Like, you know, it's just my own shit.
That's her.
But you got an XYZ. You do.
Boom. Everybody has an XYZ. It's pretty much the parts that you're not allowing anybody to really define or put in a box. It's like, it's whatever.
It's undefinable.
There you go. And it's whatever I want to be.
It's uncontrolled, baby. Oh, you can't control that shit.
Let them know.
We could put that in a bowl.
Put this back in the bowl?
It's ready to be in the bowl. It's ready to be wrapped up tight.
Back in the bowl.
You know, like I'm gonna teach y'all right now how, like, if y'all got a shorty at home, if you got your mans at home, if you got whatever, I'm gonna show you how to wrap them up tight like a lumpia.
Got a whatever.
I'm gonna show you how to wrap them up tight like a lumpia roll, because
I really, really hope, MK, that I'm better at wrapping lumpia than I am with tamales. Because let me tell you, I'm horrible at tamales. Have you had tamales?
I've had a few times, but I've never made them.
You've never made them. They are not easy to make. They are very tedious. But on Christmas Eve in the morning, my all the females in my family get together and
That's the thing.
they wrap.
I love
They
that.
help. My tia Lupe. My tia Lupe is the queen of the tamales in my family. Like that's and even I don't know if it's just preference. I'm being biased, but nobody can knock my auntie's tamales because they are perfectly moist. And they have
moisture.
I need moisture, okay? I don't need no dry ass shit. I don't like. I don't like that. And hers are like the perfect like masa to
Really?
like
It's
the
the
ratio.
ratio.
It's the all about ratio. Like, and they're not dried up. That's the most important thing. And her salsa is so delicious. I like the green chile ones. Salsa verde
I
with
love salsa
pollo.
verde. Oh my
Fire.
gosh.
And another day we're gonna have to teach you how to make some salsas. You're gonna be like,
Oh yeah,
what?
I'm down.
It's gonna be
I'm
lit.
down,
Look at
yeah.
I'm dropping cabbage all over the place. These aren't the best.
Oh no, it's okay.
Tongs.
It's okay.
We're gonna move this. And let me be really careful on the moving this. This is our mix. This is gonna be our filling.
This is the
I'm
filling.
super excited. That's good. I'm gonna do all the little pieces that fell to the side so you know I'm a real one because I'm not wasting. We don't waste here.
We don't
Okay.
waste. This is a no waste
So
kitchen.
here is our
Egg wash.
egg wash.
You can also use water, you guys, if you
don't want to
have
use
something.
egg.
Yeah, if you don't want to use egg, you can just use water.
Move that.
But you gotta
we
know how
have
to
this.
roll.
I'm gonna move this out of the way
Okay.
so we can get our roll on.
I'm looking at the comments here. I bet it smells bomb in here.
It smells amazing. It really, really, really does. And you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm just to this to the side in my impromptu kitchen. Now, I told MK, I was like, can we deep fry them? Because I know you have to fry them. Here is my deep fryer. They're gonna be fine in here. It's gonna make them quick. Okay,
I
so
know you got me.
there is that. We'll put the rolled ones on here. Let's
Yes.
go. Let's
Okay.
do this.
So I like to use square sheets of lumpia wrappers, but it doesn't matter. There's also round ones, but because I like proportion, okay, and I like a more precise way of rolling, I'm gonna do this. So typically, you place the food. Some people place it in the middle, but you usually place it at the bottom. You know what's funny is a lot of people will ask me. They'll be like, "MK," they'll be like, "Do you?" They'll be like, "MK, do you smoke?" And I'm like, "No, I don't smoke, but I know how to roll a lumpia."
Oh, okay.
So
well,
if you are a smoker, from what I've learned, this is how you do it.
this is what she's learned from y'all. How to
This is
roll
how I learned
this.
from y'all.
Go for it.
I'm gonna take a little bit of the filling.
Okay. About a spoonful.
About a spoonful, and you're gonna kind of make like a little, like you're gonna make like a little line in there. You're gonna make a little line.
Okay.
And
I
then
need a little bit more.
Yeah, you can put
Mine
a
was
little bit
like
more, but you
sad.
don't want the
about
lumpia.
like this much.
Yeah, but you don't want it to tear, so that's why I only put so much in there.
So boom.
Then you're going to you're going to make like and this is very hands-on. You're going to tuck it, and press down. So the corner. So we were at one corner of the lumpia roll.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to roll it one more time to make it snug.
Too moist.
And well, this is it's cracking a little bit, but it's okay. And then we're just going to roll.
Oh my God, oh no, it's coming apart.
Do you have
boom?
Some I don't know if this works. This works, and then you're just gonna. But usually you want to leave them moist, so that's why we can. We'll do the ones here.
Okay.
So you can see what I'm saying. So we'll just leave these here.
Okay, so I don't think that my tucking was. But look at that.
This one's a little hard, but we're gonna do these at the bottom.
Okay.
So we have more of a moisture. See what I'm saying?
See, what the thing is that I was trying to be extra prepared, so I brought apart the lumpia sheets.
But yeah, you want to make sure that they're moist so they don't tear and that they don't crack, and that you can get a tight tuck.
A tight tuck.
Tuck it,
nip tuck it. All right, here we go.
So let's try it again. So this should be better because it's a little bit on the moist side. So we're going to pinch and then roll. And then you want to bring in the sides.
Kind of like a burrito.
Yes. And then you're going to roll. And see, it should be tighter like this. Okay. And then on the corner, put a little bit of egg wash.
Okay, your lumpia, like those really look like cigars. Mine look like little fat ass burritos. Like, what is going on here? This tuck.
Is that Mexican?
Is that Mexican influence? I'm telling you. Yours are looking way better than mine. Let's keep
So,
doing
yeah.
this. We're gonna do a few of these.
We're gonna do a few of these. Let's see. Let me make sure these are. This one's probably a little better.
I'm gonna drain out the juices because I feel like that's what's making it kind of rip a little bit. Okay, boom.
And y'all, this is real quick too. Like you can really get full off of just eating these.
Okay. Oh, I'm so lit, you guys. You guys,
then,
I have to
just
show them how
make
pretty
sure
this
it's like
is.
tight every time
Tight.
you roll.
Keeping it tight. And
Keep
then
it
bring
tight,
these
y'all.
corners in, and then rolling it,
Roll that bad boy.
and then some huevo. This. Okay,
And
now
then you want to make sure that
boom.
yes.
Okay, my corner not the best, but they're getting better.
It's
They're
okay.
getting better.
I mean, because look, it's all going to end up the same way.
Yep. We'll do 2 more, and then we'll put them in the fryer. Boom. This is moist.
She's gonna teach me how to
Use this
use
deep fryer.
a professional deep fryer, you guys,
Let
because
me
I
bring
don't
this
use a
back
deep
up.
fryer. I've heard about the air fryers, and I don't own one, but I wonder what the life is like.
Well, I can tell you what the life is like because I got one, and to be honest, I got one just so I could do what I called my French fry challenge. That ended up being a hot ass mess. So I did the deep fryer versus the air fryer, making French fries, homemade French fries, and for sure the air fryer sucked ass. So it left my fries tasting like cardboard. I've never ate cardboard before, but I know that them fries that I made from the air fryer for sure were cardboard fries. That's what they tasted like.
Y'all.
You guys don't even know how beautiful this last.
Look at that.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Look at this. I am
Who
a
are
professional.
you?
I'm a professional.
Okay.
Look at this.
Man. She got me beat
That's
because mine won't stick.
Oh, look at that.
That's looking more like a spring roll because
Look
it's so thick.
at this.
That's why it's
Look
so thick.
at this.
But it's okay, Raymond.
Boom. Oh, Raymond's in here.
I see Raymond. He's like, that looked like a spring roll.
All right. Now, earlier when we weren't filming yet, you were going off because you said that sometimes people like to call these egg rolls.
Right. And this is not even that. Like, you know, Lumpia, don't disrespect the culture like that. Lumpia ain't no egg and no roll. This is a tradition at its finest, but egg rolls on a whole nother vibe. Use the term lumpia, y'all. Like people like, because people be like, oh yeah, I had my Filipino friend, she made me some egg rolls. Lumpia.
It was lumpia. Get it together.
Lumpia.
I think that's just like the frustration, right? Where people don't know how to separate the cultures, and they just put us all in one lump, right? Like I know that for a lot of Latinos, everybody thinks that all Latinos are Mexican, and I hear some of my other Latino friends like getting mad. They're like, it's different, like we different, and we are different.
There is.
And we have similar dishes, but they're different. Kind of like, I don't know if you saw, but it was a few months ago, menudo was trending on Twitter. And as a Mexican, we grow up eating this, and this is pretty much like tripe. So it's a cow intestines that we eat in a soup, right? And we usually do it like when we're hungover. Like we like to, it's like a weekend thing. You don't eat this every single day, but it's like a weekend thing. And I guess Cardi, who is Dominican, showed a video of her. It's modongo. And everybody thought it was menudo just because everybody's more familiar with menudo.
But she's
Dominican, and it's different. It's different, y'all. And so people were so mad. I'm like, stop being angry. Like, what are you guys angry about? So here's my deep fryer.
Fun fact.
We're going to put this in for like, now the trick to the deep fryer is that you don't want to crowd your basket. So I'm going to place our spring rolls. Or lumpia in here. I just call them spring rolls after all that.
Because Raymond.
Because of Raymond.
Don't tell your wife.
Like this. And let's see. Boom. So they're nice and comfortable right there.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to put these actually. Making sure that the roll.
stays.
I'm making sure that the crease is facing down.
The seal,
Because we don't want it popping up on us. So then I'm just gonna throw them in here, and they're already, look, you wanna see?
Oh, no way.
Fire.
But if you guys are frying this in a pan with oil, a little bit goes a long way, you guys, and it's only about like a minute. It doesn't really take that long to, because it'll look like they're not cooked. The color will look like they're not cooked enough, but they're definitely cooked, because when you take them out, they're darker than what they look like in the oil. So just
Boom.
saying that, because you might overcook it.
So all you gotta really do, you were creating that crunch, right? Like you're not trying to burn them or anything like that.
No, you're not trying to burn them.
I have this heat pretty low, so that's why she's acting. She'll pick up. We're gonna let her just brown up these babies. Then we're gonna put them here to soak off the remaining oil. And we have our plates, and we're gonna do a taste test. I'm super excited. Let's see who is in here. Let's see. Raymond T, a shout out to the fam. MKXYZ. What up, Raymond? We have VMP Baller 23. Hola, ladies. Fire Jordan hoodie. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies. Nice hoodie selection for both of you. Thank you. We didn't even look, we're coordinated without even coordinating. Like, I love it. That's from Chicago, for Chicago. Laura Lopez says, hello, y'all. Shamefully I've never had Filipino food. Any recommendations in social? Oh, SoCal. I don't know why I said social. What are your recommendations?
Well, I'm an East Coast baby. Ooh. So I'm still learning. Cali, man. I'm right there with you. I just make it myself. So if it's something that you're really craving, I encourage you to make it yourself, and then you'll be proud of yourself.
You know what? I like that you gave that recommendation, because this is something that my boyfriend and I always talk about. He doesn't like to go out to restaurants because he just says that my food is way better. Like, he gets mad. He's like, if we go eat, especially if it's like a Mexican restaurant, he's like, your food is way better.
Yeah, this is
like,
disrespectful.
Why did we just spend all this money on this food that's not even fire? Like, he doesn't like that. What would you say is your favorite Filipino dish?
Out of all, adobo.
Ooh.
Adobo is my favorite Filipino dish, just because there's so much flavor packed into it, and it's very simple, and you can do it vegan, pescatarian, or if you have no dietary restrictions. And it's also, at least for me, it can be a gluten-free, soy-free dish, and it can be completely vegan.
Are you vegan?
I used to be, and then I opened it up to eating seafood. And
so pescatarian?
Like yeah, pescatarian, but I still will try to avoid dairy.
Okay.
I try to avoid different things, but for the sake of health. But
what I love about that is that she really was trying to make these out of jackfruit, but I picked up the wrong jackfruit, and I was actually really excited because I've never tried jackfruit before. And when I tried this jackfruit, it was so delicious and sweet. And she's like, "Oh, you got the sweet kind. That we can't do that.
That ain't it.
That ain't it."
But you can make different another Filipino dish out of it, your own.
Okay.
And that's amazing with plantains and
out of the sweet jackfruit.
Out of the sweet jackfruit.
And wait, do you roll those too?
You roll those the same way. You'd have to slice all the fruit long way.
Okay.
And then
I did little squares, so I just messed it up all the way around. So luckily, I had also grabbed the shrimp, because she told me, just in case you can't find the jackfruit, get the shrimp. And I had picked up the shrimp just as a backup, and we had it. And this is what we're making today. Tell us a little bit about like the moment that you decided that you were going to be an artist. Like, what was that like for you?
So I've grown up singing and dancing my entire life, so it's never been something where I'm like, it was destined, really. And the more that I look at it, I'm like, the universe, like God put this in the cards. Like that was the purpose, to influence people to break through. In my time, though, I think that if I would have came out in a different time, I don't know what that would have looked like. But yeah, I've been doing it my entire life. My dad was a break dancer. My mom danced. My mom is very entertainment, or just driven. You know, just musical. Connected that way. My uncles are producers, so it's all around me. But I think the actual moment where I was like, oh man, like I can actually do that. I want to do that. And I made the conscious decision is I went to this concert Beyonce had a tour.
Oh,
Beyonce, girl.
I went to this little concert. You know,
It wasn't
Beyonce.
It was B. B came with it. And there was a moment where she was just flying through the audience, and they had her on. You know, she was strapped up and stuff, but she was moving through
Like the goddess that she is.
right. And I think she was an all white, like it looked diamond. Like she looked like she was covered in Swarovski crystals. And then like I was just like, oh, that's a perfect one. And then it was like, oh man, I just started getting emotional. I started crying. This is what it should look like, y'all. When she pulls it out, I want you guys to see this. But yeah, and I had that moment, like I was just emotional. And I was like, man, like, but I feel so connected to this in a different way than the audience does.
Yeah.
I would like, it felt like, even though everybody's like, oh my God, like this is her, this is amazing, this is beautiful. Like,
for you, it was a different experience.
It was a different experience.
Moment.
It was like, nah, it was like the universe was like, no, I need you to see this. I need you to feel this because I need you to take this to another level. I need you to embrace this moment for what it is and be present. Like it was a calling of presence. So I was like, but I got to be present in another way. So then I just, you know, decided to take it a lot more serious in the sense of, oh, I have this. But I didn't off the bat. Like I ended up going to college, and then at some point in college, I did.
What were you studying? Yeah, what were you trying to major in?
I actually majored in biochemistry. So I was studying biology and chemistry.
Okay.
Because I was trying to be a doctor, and I was very much on my way. But every time I would post content or whatever at the time when I was just playfully building.
Where were you posting your content Instagram, at that time? Okay.
Instagram and YouTube. It just always got like celebrities, managers, different people would reach out to me. And it was just like something that I couldn't avoid. And I was like, so it seems like it's a lot more, the opportunities are just so present when it comes to entertainment that I feel like I'm supposed to pay attention to it. And then I did. And then I ended up
and now she's here. Look at her.
Here, y'all.
Look at her.
Little Big Daddy present.
She made it. She made it happen. Now she's here with us, teaching us how to make delicious lumpia. These are pretty much chilling over here.
These are deep fried, y'all.
These are deep fried
lumpias.
So
we're going to plate these.
Plate these. Give you 2. I'll take 2. And I'll put these to the side.
So here we are. And then we also, you guys, if you know, for those of you who know, you know. But if you don't know, you must eat lumpia with nothing else and nothing other than the sweet chili sauce.
That sweet chili sauce is fire.
Top tier, you guys.
I like how excited MK was when she got here, and she's like, yo, she got the right brand. Like, this is it. Like, shout out to all my Filipino homies that I grew up with for putting me on because it was easy. Wait, what's hokita?
Mahokita is like, I love y'all. I love you.
How cute.
Mahokita. But when I would eat as a kid, and it was something that was really like when my Lola is grandma in Filipino, in Tagalog. Okay. But so when my Lola would cook and I'd start to eat, and it would be all my cousins, my kuya, my ates, which is like prima.
Okay.
So my when we'd all sit at the table and we eat, we say sarap. Like she'd be like, good, like sarap.
Sarap.
You know sarap?
Sarap.
So if it's good, sarap. All right.
Well, this is how you're gonna know. If I say sarap, then it's good. Right, cheers. Damn, these things are hot. Ow!
Yours is hot?
Mine's super hot. Yours is it?
Oh, I'm just.
How are you grabbing
like that?
Yo, this is hot. How are you grabbing yours?
Mine is
mine is hot as hell.
It's stupid hot.
Like stupid hot. That's mine.
Yours is definitely hotter than mine.
Wait, hold on. Go for it. You can try it.
Let's see.
I want to make sure that these other ones don't burn on me.
Okay, so we dip that. Listen, I just taught y'all how to wrap your loved ones up nice and tight. They're hot.
They're hot. I always burn my mouth live. They good?
That's good.
It's good?
Let's
over here. Let's see.
Hold on, I'm gonna also pour a little bit because I'm a double dipper. You guys.
Do you need water? I am a double dipper too. Do you need some water? Would you like some water? Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Hot! It's so hot. No!
Fuego. Don't let it burn your lip. I need her to be okay.
Mm.
This is
Yo,
it, yo.
that is for sure. Sara, this is so
Sara.
Sara. This is so delicious. I'm double
Oh,
dipping
wow.
too. We are burning our mouths. You guys don't even understand how delicious this is. This is so
It is definitely
good.
on the heat side right now.
Yo, I'm gonna show up to parties like I brought some lumpia.
Lumpia. And they're gonna be like, who are you? ¿Qué?
¿Qué?
¿Tú eres como la mariposa?
You know some Spanish. Look at you.
You go.
Poquito?
Mm-hmm.
Did you take it in high school or college? Where did you take it? Amigas? Judy?
She speaks fluent.
What?
Mhm.
Okay, Judy. Let me find out you speak
Judy's
some
Mexican.
fluent.
So.
Okay, Judy. I did not know that.
But no, we in there like swimwear, y'all. I don't think they realize though, like I'm actually mad hungry. So this is
No,
like
I'm super hungry too.
the best thing right now.
You guys, this is no front. Like, this is probably one of the most tastiest things I've made. I'm like so impressed. I really am. You know, it's like that feeling where like you don't really think about like making things, and this is what I'm talking about. Like why I like to learn how to make different dishes from different cultures because it's just so exciting. It's like I have now a little piece of your culture, and it's so enjoyable and delicious. Like I'm burning my mouth, but this is so tasty. Let me get you some water. I'm gonna ask you a few more questions, and then I'm gonna let you get out of here because I know that you have a long day.
Go make some, you guys. You know you want to.
These are so good. Sorry, I don't have anything else but water right now.
Oh no, that's the only thing I drink.
Really?
Is water. That's it.
People really like to see people just eat on camera.
Well,
some ASMR shit.
Because everybody talks about how my lips are top tier. Well, here we go.
This is how it goes. Boom. I need a little bit of water. It's hot.
It's the vodka, y'all.
Earlier you said something that I really like because I don't feel like a lot of one, I think that it's a misconception. And two, I don't feel like a lot of artists talk about it if they are someone that doesn't really like partake in smoking. Like I think that everybody probably just assumes that most artists are smoking weed or doing some kind of drug, right? And early on you said, I don't smoke.
A lot of people think I do though.
Why?
They just assume. And a lot of brands will reach out to me. They're like, hey, do you want to try some of our new strands? And they're like, sour diesel pickle, the purple pickle.
She said,
and I just
sour diesel pickle.
I just don't. But I think it's because like it just irritates my lungs. Like it irritates my lungs, but at the same time, because I'm a singer, I think a lot of people also think that I'm primarily a rapper. Or where y'all got that from? Like, go listen to Lost. But it's just, I don't want to, you hear a lot about singers who are smoking that it ends up affecting them or they have to have different surgeries and stuff like that. And that's not the case for everybody, but I just want to preserve my health. And I think after like 2020 and the coughing and the lungs, like I cannot afford to be out here like,
well, I think
can we get lost? Like I cannot
in this moment. They're like, can you sing properly, please, man? Why you sound like Marge Simpson? No, that's really good that you talk about that because, like I said, one, I feel like it's a misconception that most people think that artists are just out there smoking weed, doing some type of drugs, and it's good that you are standing up and saying like I don't do that actually, and her mouth is burning. Her mouth is burning right now because. Especially with this newer generation, it just feels like a lot of the music that's out there is promoting heavily the usage of drugs. And I appreciate an artist that can stand up and be like, I'm still cool without having to do all that. You know, like you don't have to go do drugs or be smoking weed or doing whatever it is that people
Yeah,
are
I
doing
mean,
these days.
and I think that to add to that, I feel like, not to say that I find it a bad thing.
Right.
I don't
It's a
think it's a
personal
bad thing. I
choice.
think it's a personal choice, and everybody has their turn up. You know, like I have my turn up. Don't get it twisted. Like I have my ways of turning up, but it's just more so like for the sake of my craft. I'm more like selective with it because I'm just like, I want to sound great and I want to be in this. I think the biggest thing for me is longevity.
Yes.
I really believe in longevity and preservation. So like for me, I'm like, I just want to be in it. Like I want to
Yeah.
be in it. I want to be present. And sometimes, and I know a lot of people who do it. So it's just like for me, it's about being present and like just me being spiritual. Like I love being present. Like that's what it is. Be present in the moment.
Be present. Be present in this lumpia right now. And I'm
No,
double
but
dipping because it's bomb and now my
it's
shrimp
actually
is
really
falling
good.
out. It's
But
no, it's
the
really
I think
delicious.
also it's the culture too though. Like because I definitely like in my music, like I talk about so many different things. And I do mention it, but it's more like it's the culture. It's what makes us feel free, what we live for, and a lot of like that's a lot about artistry. Like what makes you feel free? What makes the people feel free with you? You know. So yeah, man.
What makes you feel free?
Letting my balls hang.
All the way low. No underwear.
No, honestly, just me existing and being myself, like for real, like okay. I feel like just the fact that I get to dress the way I want to, do the things I want to as a woman, like the fact that I'm privileged to like grow up here and do what I want to do, say what I want to say, make the music I want to make. It's like, and just be open about myself. That's the flyest thing because I wouldn't be able to do that, and that's why I emphasize during my time, like being able to do all of this in my time. This is my moment, and I believe in time and like. So it's all about it, y'all.
Timing is very important, and also learning to appreciate what that time is, which I feel like you have a very good conception of that. That is mind blowing, and I really, really like that because so many people I think are always like on this pressure of time, right? Especially when it comes to women. Like, it's like if you are 30 years old and you are not married and you don't have kids, like society almost looks at you like you're crazy, right? Because people want to put you on their time.
Yeah, but
like
you XYZ.
Yeah, you XYZ.
You ain't got to do all that. You
gonna,
don't gotta have no kids.
No.
30? What?
No, you don't. You could just be yourself and
gotta be pregnant. You ain't gotta do none of that.
Shout out to all the quarantine babies, though.
But
shout out to all the quarantine babies.
Yes, shout out to all the quarantine babies. But then I feel like it puts a stress on men and women because it's like there's certain women that like they reiterate and they keep doing like certain. How do I explain it? What am I trying to say? They just make you feel like you have to stay in the box,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I feel like we do it to each other, and so now after all this time, it's like now we're changing that. Fuck that. We're switching up all of that. Switch the game up on them. I'm dropping down.
Oh, what? She Lumpia talking now. I don't know what she just said.
Like talking with my mouth full. Okay,
we could do that if we want to because this food is the bomb. So that's what we're gonna have to do, and we both hungry because this is our first meal of the day. What keeps you inspired, MK?
I get inspired by the experiences that I'm living, and I feel like I also learned that from actors too. Because like I remember there was a time where I was like, how do you know, like, what moves to make, what to say, what to do, when sometimes we feel lost as people. And I'm like, and then literally somebody was like, just live. Because like, and I know it sounds cliche as fuck, like just live, but literally like whenever you go into the studio, right? Like say if I'm having a session and we go into the studio, or if I'm creating anything, whatever it is that I'm creating or using to express myself, like that doesn't just come like it comes from what's going on, where my emotions are, like how did I how did I decide to dress today? It's a mood. It's influenced by something. Like I'm having a good time. I'm out in LA. Like let's kick it. Like that's the vibe today. But a lot of the times, like when it comes to music, when it comes to what I decide to put my heart and soul into, it's literally like, where am I? Because I want to remember it. And I don't know. Like I'm big on that. Like I am the type. Sadly, you might not be this type, y'all, but I'm the type who can be very nostalgic. Like sometimes I'm like
Me too.
I could watch a movie and I could be like, damn, that reminds me of the time that so and so did this, and now I'm like emotional. Like I'm real sensitive.
What's
y'all.
your sign?
Like, I'm a Taurus.
You're a Taurus, huh?
Very earthy energy.
See, I'm a Pisces, and we're extra emotional. It's okay. Like some people try to say, like
You're a March Pisces.
I'm a March Pisces. Is that a good thing, or that means I'm
good.
extra emotional? Some people try to clown on people,
No, I love
saying like,
March
"Oh,
Pisces.
you emotional." But as I'm getting older, like I'm learning how to control my emotions more. But I am such a hardcore empath, and I think that sometimes it's to like a fault, because sometimes I feel like I give a lot more than I ever receive, but I never give expecting to get back. Does that make any sense? And so it's like when I love hard and deep, no matter what it is. If you're my friend, my family, my lover, in whatever aspect that is, like I give you everything, because I don't halfway. Like there's no in between. Like I'm gonna give you my all, or I'm not gonna give you nothing. I'm just not gonna fuck with you at all. Like and if I don't fuck with you, like that's a whole nother story. Like like what empath where?
Oh my
like
gosh, I
where
cannot
is she?
Nah,
It's bad. It's bad. It's real bad. But I've learned. I'm coming around, and you know what? It's nice to be really aware, you know, and it's like, this is where you're gonna invest your energy in, and other things. I'm like,
energy is currency.
I'm not.
Okay.
It really is. It really is.
You can't afford to be giving me. Look, go ahead.
We ain't gonna be doing it. We ain't gonna be doing this, yo. We cannot be doing this. What artists inspired you? Like, what did you grow up listening to in your household? Like, what was that like?
I listen to a lot of R&B. That's just by default. Like I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop and R&B. My dad loved hip hop. Mom loves R&B, classic, whatever the case. So as far as I can remember, it doesn't matter how old the music was, or like timeless really. But everybody, TLC, Aaliyah, Missy, Beyonce, Sierra, Chris, Prince, MJ, like really I love performers though. Like I tend to study a lot of I tend to study a lot of performers who have been able to reach as far as they can, because I know that's what I'm called to do. So I kind of study it because I admire it. I admire even artists now who are also coming up with me. Like I admire it because more now than ever, everybody's like, fuck it, I'm being myself.
Yes, because that's so appreciated. Like everybody wants authenticity. Like I just want you to come out and be whoever you are. Like be true. Like nobody wants this fabricated person that nobody asks for.
Because we can't relate to that. Like think about it when you're younger, and how media has created beauty, right? Like when you're looking at certain artists and every single one of them are looks just the same. Slim. Then you're like, oh, so in order for me to feel like I could do that, do I have to look this way? Now you got different artists that they got like different kind of haircuts. They have they're doing the thing where it's like no brows, no lashes, different shapes and sizes. I think that's so fly because it's like, man, I never got to see that. I got to see more of a polished look.
Right.
But now like being a part of it, and I knew that like in my time, like the same thing applies. It's like you can be who you fucking want to be.
You heard that?
XYZ.
She got a little jingle. Goodbye.
I got a jingle.
She got a jingle. She has a whole jingle. I think that's so important, to let people know it's okay to be you. Like embrace whatever you are. Like that is beautiful. There's only one you. And I think that there are a lot of pressure, especially with social media now, because whether people like to admit it or not, like there's always like this comparison that we're doing, right? It's like we're seeing, like we're being fed like this kind of person, like this is it.
Yeah.
And we go and we compare our lives to that, and that's bad. That's bad for our mental health. That's bad for us spiritually. And it's just like, don't do that. Just embrace whoever it is that you are, like you're going to be appreciated 100% more than if you're putting on a front, putting on this
be
facade
raw.
that nobody understands. Be raw.
Be raw,
Be
like
raw.
that shrimp that we just cooked.
So, well, the shrimp wasn't raw because we cooked it. Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But
Like the shrimp that we just cooked and we ate it. You see that?
We ate it because it was so delicious.
It started off raw and we ate it.
When it comes to your approach, when it comes to your approach in music, how do you either create? Like, do you have like the hook first? Do you sit down and write, or
Melodies.
Is it maybe okay?
I'm a melody king.
How did Lost get?
So
created?
Lost, man, like I lost a little bit ago, but I remember it was just like such an emotional time, like because that was the beginning of the artistry. It was like you're jumping in this full swing, like you have to make a lot of sacrifices, and Lost was one of those moments where it's like I just want to get lost in a way to be present with whatever is going on, because I felt like everything around me was just like you guys, like it's crazy in this, okay? Like you're around so many people, you don't really get to see your family like that. Like so you're doing what you can when you can, and you got to make the most of it. So like I remember doing it, and I was just like, man, I just remember just being emotional the whole time, like in the booth, like when I was singing it, I was just like, it was more like this. And usually I'm very like it's a different kind of presence. When I did Pass It, it was more like you know what I mean? It's like because you gotta tap into that energy, like when you're in it, like you gotta tap into it. So Lost was definitely a really, really, how do I say, it captured the moment for me. I think that's one of those records that just captured the moment. Outside of a lot of my music, that's a lot more fun, and it's more like an intro to me.
Does it get scary? Do you feel like you're a little bit more vulnerable on Lost versus like Pass It? It's more fun vibes. Like you're still talking your shit. Like you're very confident in it. Not that you're not confident in Lost, but in Lost, I love it. I can listen to it over and over and over again. I love your voice. It's just so beautiful. Like you can feel it. Like you can feel that energy that you put in that track. Like you feel it. Yeah. You really, really feel it. Was it scary opening up like that?
No, I think I want people to know that I'm vulnerable and sensitive. You know, I be squishy. I'm a lover.
You really are.
I'm a lover.
A lover.
Okay. Because like I think that, you know, I feel like a lot of artists, and I can attest to it, but you feel like you have to have a certain way about you. You know, you want people to see the best parts of you, but that's not realistic, y'all. Like there's moments where, you know, you have breakdowns, and there's moments where there's things that are going on that, you know, but you still got to go on stage, and you still got to, you know, show up and be yourself. And sometimes what I love about music is because you can capture that essence. Like, even though this is everything that I did today, and say I felt bad, but I still got up and I did my best, I could still go in the studio and be like, you know, like, losing a lot of my, you know what I mean? And then just go into it.
Can you sing a little bit for us? Please, don't be teasing. Don't be teasing. Hell no, I'm gonna let you sing because your voice is.
You just started singing.
No. People want to hear you.
Losing a lot of my patience, whole lot of added conversation. You expecting me to your mind?
You're not gonna sing. No, this is your part. This is your part.
Bro, when we was cooking that lumpia, she's like,
get love.
come on! You gotta bachata too.
Yeah, get it. I don't know how to bachata. I suck.
But can you dance in general?
I can dance in general a little bit. I got 2 left feet. It's okay. Look at her now. She's like, y'all
already know what I gotta do.
Look, MK is a dancer.
I'm gonna teach her how to sing, and I'm gonna teach her how to get the 2-step in with me.
Please. I would love singing lessons from MK because you have a beautiful, beautiful voice.
It's rich like chocolates.
It's rich like chocolates. Did you hear her? Okay, very decadent. I love it.
Decadent?
Listen, you know what? Yes.
The vocabulary is stupid. Yeah, crazy.
Look at her. Listen, I DM'd you last time. I told you this is a real ass story, okay? I was driving down Fairfax and I had this receipt because at this time I was going to go return this camera, which I ended up keeping. But I had the receipt in the front seat, and I
Okay.
had all my windows down, and I was blasting.
did.
I was blasting your music. I think it was past it that was on, and the receipt just went out the window. I was like, bro, to like stop.
That's because you're supposed to lose the receipt.
I lost the receipt, but guess what I did?
Camera.
Guess what I did?
What
I
happened?
pulled over and I got down and I found the receipt. And then I continued to play your music at ignorant levels with my receipt in the car.
Ignorant
But I had turned up the windows so I wouldn't and I put the AC on so I wouldn't lose the receipt again.
Oh my gosh.
But I was so hyped in that car just because, like I told you in the beginning, like I really don't link up with anybody that I truly don't believe in. And I think that you have an amazing career ahead of you. And I'm really, really excited to see what else unfolds for you. And just keep being yourself on this path that you are already on, because I already think that alone, like you just stand out. Like you are a star. What can people expect from you? What can people expect from you?
Oh my gosh. So yes, you guys, there's a lot that is coming out. But I will have an EP that's releasing in the summer, hopefully. I am working to give you my very best. So just look for the single that's coming out, One Time. And then also it's called One Time. And then
I've already
also
heard it,
look
y'all.
for it.
I got the
And then look for
exclusives.
my EP that's coming out, Sweet Spot.
Do you
So,
have a
for sure.
name? Do you have a name for the EP?
Yeah, Sweet Spot.
Sweet Spot.
Hit me right in the middle, baby.
Look at her.
Come on
Look
now.
at
So
her.
you getting all of that.
Look at her.
I meet you right in the middle, and I hit you right in the sweet spot. Just
Two last questions, and now I'm gonna let you get going because I know you have a busy day out here in LA. She has all kinds of places. I already holding her back. I already made her late. I'm so sorry.
she was holding me back.
I was holding her bag, making lumpia in my kitchen.
No, this is amazing.
So delicious. What would you tell a younger MK?
What would I tell my younger self? First off, I would just say everything's okay. Everything's okay, and everything's exactly how it's supposed to be. Because I had a lot of times where I questioned everything around me because I was just like, why? Why? Like I would always look up and just be like, why? Because I went through a lot of like just dark times to figure out who this is now, which I'm so proud of myself. Like, that's just not just like, well, but I'm really, really proud of the person I am, like wholeheartedly, because of the fact that I was able to keep going through those moments. Like there's moments where like y'all know, like there's moments where you like even just in these last couple, like a year and a half, you're like, am I gonna make it?
Yes.
Can I withstand everything that's coming my way? And I feel like back then, just like figuring out who I am, what does that look for me? What does it look on me? Because it didn't fit into anybody else's box. And then being able to be present now. So it's just more so like trusting the timing and understand that everything is the way it is. Like you gotta believe in the process. You gotta believe in who you say you are, like who you choose to be. Like you always have a choice. Like, and what you said earlier, it's not like you get to 30, 40, 50 and feel like time's ran out. You still have so much, like you can literally change shit up, like for the better. And I sincerely mean that. Like I've witnessed a lot of heaviness, being in Atlanta, everything going on. I've witnessed a lot of heavy energy, and then I'm seeing people break free from it, and they're coming out with a whole different attitude.
Isn't that the most beautiful thing to witness, though?
Right, it's like a rebirth.
Yes, it's like being able to lock in and unlock these moments that I wish for more people to be able to discover. What helped you? You said that you had a lot of dark moments. What helped you get through those dark moments? Because everybody's had them, right? And everybody's dark moments are different, and if you can go back into like that one time that you were having those dark moments, what helped you?
I had to realign myself, recenter myself, in the ways that I do that is, and I've told my friends this, whenever, you're feeling like something like a dark cloud is just starting to come and rain on your parade, you need to move. You know, our energy needs to be revolving constantly. I'm the kind of artist and kind of person where things have to, like, energy has to be revolving. Like, for example, if there's a party and then everybody is like super super hype, and it, you know, then I feel like everything is on a balance. It goes up, it goes down. But then, you know, those moments where everybody's just like, well, what do we do?
Right.
Then you're like,
what is happening?
And then it gets to the point where shit's closed, you got dressed, nothing's moving. So like,
now
like,
you wasted an outfit.
You wasted an outfit. But like, seriously, like, I have to move my energy, whether that be like for me it was painting, it was go hiking. Like, if you're
in
not
nature,
near it,
go out to nature. It is so healing. For me, it's the ocean. Like,
and I love water.
I'm,
you know what I'm saying?
Pisces,
I love water.
So I'm always trying to be in the water.
Right.
I'm a dolphin.
And you know, like, and a lot, like, go travel. Like, if you feel like, and even if you feel like you can't, like, a lot of people are like, well, what if I, you know, can't afford to do all those things and have those experiences? You don't have to. Like, you don't have to, like, pick a place on the map and just go. You know what I mean? Shift your energy, shift your attitude, shift your perspective. And then also, if the people around you aren't aiding in that, then you also have to make some decisions. Like, you have to make some decisions, because right
Cut
now,
people off.
more than ever, you can't afford to give that energy away anymore, y'all. Like, y'all need to go out and live, because I lost quite a few people, you know, so it was just like, look,
and that's okay. They weren't part of your evolution, and that's sometimes a hard
and
part,
like, and through
for people.
COVID. So like, it's just like, you know, now you understand that this is not a game.
It's not. And I'm saying, if COVID didn't teach y'all something, then I feel really bad for you. Like, if you weren't able to realize the importance of time and how not to take your health for granted, then I don't know what is going to help people out. I like to speak things into the universe. So we're going to leave it right here and say your top 3 collaborations wish list.
Okay.
Because it's going to happen.
So I'm gonna pick the top 3 right now. I just have to say, oh, that's hard. I love. Okay, so there's a new artist. There's Billie Eilish, because I love Billie. I love Billie. And I'd have to say, okay, so I'm gonna pick 3 randoms.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it'd have to be, as of right now, I'd have to have either some type of K-pop collab.
Okay.
I'd have to have some type of K-pop collab. I have to have a legendary collab. Like, I love Queen. I love B. Queen Latifah. I love Beyonce. I have to have a legendary collab of some sort. And then from a newer artist, it would have to be either Chica or Billie.
Whoa, of course I've heard of Chica. I've been trying to interview Chica. First of all, I've been trying to interview Chica for a long ass time. I slid in her DMs as well. I'll show you. I got receipts, Chica. You know what's up, because I've already told you she's a Pisces. She a Pisces too. She is fire. Her flow, like, her flow is unmatched. And just her lyricism, that's what I really love about her. That would be like, I'm gushing. I'm gushing. Billie's and your vocals, boom. She's got that. You and Chica, you guys have to make it happen.
And she's a newer artist too. So it's just, I think that getting a little bit of everybody, like, you know, that would be dope. Just global, and then legendary, and then having somebody who else is new and coming up and stuff like that. She's so fire.
The last thing I want you to do is give everybody your recipe for happiness.
Come on, show Ayydé. Okay. My recipe for happiness. That's so cute, the way you said it too. What would be my recipe for happiness? I think that my recipe, which could work for you, because I don't think there's never a set, clear way to get there. You know, understand that. And happiness, I also feel like happiness is not necessarily, I don't think it necessarily exists also. I think that we have like moments where we're away from like the temporary suffering. But I think that to have those moments where you do feel happy, and what conventionally happy is like, do what makes you feel free. And that's, I say it because I want to make it general. Like, do what makes you feel free, whatever that is, whether it's how you express yourself, the people you're around, the environment that you live in. Do what makes you feel free, and do it with your whole heart. You know what I mean? If you decide to love someone, if you decide to invest in a project, if you decide to change your life in any way, like you want to do it with pure intentions. Check your motives, y'all.
Check
but do
'em.
it with the whole heart, because, like I said, it's timing. The universe is watching. God is watching. God is on your side, looking. But yeah, I think that you want to do what you really really love to do, and if you don't know what it is, you have to keep living to find it.
Yeah.
It's not something that just pops up. Like I didn't like you
Wow.
like when you asked me, I didn't just know if I wanted to be an artist.
Right.
I went to concerts. I participated in things that made me feel afraid, like things that scare you. Like people don't know, like I'm always scared to perform, but not
You
really.
get that like feeling.
Yeah, but not
It's
really.
like I get it at first and then I'm on it,
But
and
when
then
I'm
it's
in
good.
it, when I'm in it, I'm arrogant. You know what I mean?
Good, because
So-
you got to believe in yourself. You have to be your number one, like champion. Like you have to be in your own corner. I love,
Yeah.
love that you said that to do it wholeheartedly, because I believe in that. And we were talking about energy earlier, and I always say this, that when you cook, like you have to cook with love. Like that is the number one ingredient. It sounds so like
No, that's real though.
gushy, but it's the truth. Like I really believe that energy transfers into the food, and that people can taste that, you know. So
Yeah.
like for people that are like, oh, I don't know how to cook, or I don't know how to do this, like yeah, like that's your A1 sauce right there, is do it with love, do it with heart. MK, thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here. It was an absolute pleasure. We're going to be looking forward to that EP, the new music, the single that's coming out, all of that. Let everybody know one more time where they can stream your music and follow you
For
on your
sure.
social media platforms.
For sure. Everybody, my social media handle is ITSMKXYZ. You know, your little big daddy on all streaming platforms. So look, the list goes on. Just support your girl.
You heard. Thank me later. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to turn on your notifications and subscribe. Have a blessed day, y'all. I'm gonna go eat this lumpia.